Hier. Ja, maar hier. Deze moet. Hier moet hier zo aanzet. En dan gaan we ze terugtrekken. Dan pak je de handdoek op. Maar je hebt ze niet meer uit de hand.
Ronde 1 klaar. Ronde 1 is afgelopen.
Oké, jongen. Let's go in this Billy party.
Wij gaan hier naar een shirt halen en aan het boek uit.
Ja, precies. Boek gewoon de kamer. Hoe kan ik dit zeg maar maar dat moet u niet dat je shirt bij doen. Nee, dat hoeft niet, maar dat is gewoon alleen als we een video maken, kunnen we ook. Nee? Hij is gewoon, je merkt dat hij gewoon echt veel...
Ja. Kom maar jongens, opstaan, nog 30 seconden.
Je merkt dat hij gewoon echt veel... Ook van iemand trainen, eten... De rest niks.
Nog 10 seconden.
Dat is 3 subs toch? Zo, ik probeer niks aan.
Ronde afgelopen.
Wat lukt er? Jammer dat het niet voor aanbars moet gaan. Wow.
En dan heb je inderdaad, wat je ook zegt, dit is maar deze.
Ja. 30 seconden. Ronde 3 afgelopen. How did the match go?
It went awful for me, but definitely the weight difference and the skill difference. But it was a good fight. I enjoyed. It's all about learning in the end, and if I watch it back, I can definitely learn some more stuff. I definitely know I have to work on a lot of things, and yeah. So,
What are examples of where you're gonna work on? If
I'm
you
gonna work more on sweeping and passing the guard, the submission escapes, definitely. And yeah, I think that's where I can get the most value.
because what is your experience?
I am 2.5 years of BJJ, and I'm that.
And you trained in Brazil, right?
Yeah, I trained in a training camp for around 6 months, 2 times a day,
Are we gonna see you soon in the channel?
of course.
Right.
So, what are your thoughts after the match?
Good stuff, to be honest. I like the format of doing rounds in grappling, although because it puts on the pace a little bit more, and the restriction in submissions is good as well. I think people don't stick to their one-trick pony stuff. They're forced to find a way to a certain solution, which I think is good and boosts creativity as well, or it forces it rather. So I think that's good.
And going more deeply into your match.
Yeah.
What was going right and what was going wrong?
Well, I found really on my end that I could really pace myself, working fundamentals, working basics, stuff like postures, underhooks, head position, not giving away any stances. Although I did get the overhook quite a bit as well. I think mostly that just shutting the other one down by forcing your own game and getting your grips, not letting him get his. I think that works.
Yeah, overall it was quite a dominant performance. So, in the future, you want to fight better, heavier opponents, or?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm always down for anything. It's lighter opponents, heavier opponents. Could be anything. Both present their own challenges in that aspect. So it's heavier for sure.
Okay.
Gotta shoot for the legs then.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. See you soon.
Oes.
Ja.
Ja, broeder, van de kans met een
Ja, ciao.
Tijd. So how did it go?
Yeah, I think it went quite well. With my judo experience, I felt I was stronger standing. So in that way, my transition to the ground was better than in the other matches. At the end, in the third round, I could have had a choke. I felt it was almost on. So it's a bit unfortunate that I cannot take the win home. But I have to be honest that in the first 2 rounds, he was pretty dominant with my back taking, for example.
What are things you can improve on?
Yeah, my groundwork, just fully my groundwork, the underhooks, and my ways to get to the submission.
Anything else you want to say?
No, I keep working hard, and you'll see me soon at the YouTube channel. So, what are your thoughts after the match?
Oh man, different, very different. Stand up, there were way less opportunities for me to get anything as opposed to the first match. I think the difference between jiu-jitsu and judo there is very much present. So he forced me on my back a bit more because I was able to get more on the offensive there, going for triangles and stuff like that, when I get challenged on my stand-up or top game. So I think that's a very different perspective I had on the second match, for sure.
Yeah, so fighting against a judoka is very different for you than fighting BJJ guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. Granted that the guy in my first match, he was very much a stand-up enthusiast, so that was great to spar, a lot of back and forth. But generally, jiu-jitsu guys pull a lot more guard. I think that's boring. I never pull guard for that reason. And judokas are definitely more of a challenge on stand-up, and they force me on my back. Or to look for wins and in the exchange on paths that they don't train as much. So I guess that's my guard, yeah.
Because what is your experience exactly? Jiu-jitsu?
So I've been training Japanese traditional jiu-jitsu since I was 8. Got my black belt there, and then when I was 18, started doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu, discovered that my ground game was essentially dog shit. And been training ever since, so that's now 6.5 years. I started wrestling now and then, like, not enough to call myself a wrestler, but I met a couple great friends in Georgia and spent a week there training twice a day. That definitely improved my stand-up game immensely, for sure. So that's my experience.
For sure, we're gonna see you on the YouTube channel soon. Thank you very much for this match.
Thank you.